Good evening, good people. Energized Coach here. Haven't been on for a while. Had some issues, things that to take care of. Not with me. I've been fine. Just had issues where I had to take some time to take care of some things. But I'm back. And now that I'm back, I wanted to let you know that everything is going great with me. Energy levels are still high, especially now that I've added an ingredient that I talked about in the previous video about moringa. And I'm hoping that some of those of you who are following me on Instagram and on Facebook are taking a look at some of the tips that I'm giving you to help you become healthy. It's here. It's here. 5G is in full effect. If you saw some of my videos that I've shared in regards to 5G, even as an educator, working at a school, looking at the towers that are right there at the school, it just seemed like they've been put up by the school with no regard for the safety and the health risk that these 5G antennas offer. Not only from the antenna itself, because it's such a high frequency wave that can be so dangerous that it can cause problems to children from the antenna itself, but these poles have smart meters on them. So you have the 5G giving off its in the signals that it's giving off, and then you have the smart meters, which are also transmitting waves where the companies, the electric companies that access them, have access to cause problems with the smart meters. So you have the 5G antenna up top and the smart meter right at the pole, pretty much at eye length for an average adult, where little children are walking back and forth past it every day. And at times they're stopping because one of them is right at an intersection where a crossing guard has to spend time, hours, crossing little children standing right next to this 5G antenna. I can't share enough about the danger of these microwaves that are going to come from this 5G. So I'm going to share. Hopefully a lot of you are doing your research and understanding about what it is that's happening. But while I'm on this, talking about the issues and things that are happening, people are going to perish. I want to take a moment and talk about Kobe Bryant and his young daughter, Gianna Bryant. It's so unfortunate what happened to them. It really is heartbreaking. I remember years ago when Kobe actually got drafted into the NBA straight out of high school, which, and when I was younger, it's just unheard of, that someone would have the skill set that they would be able to be so good at that sport that instead of them go through college, that they were drafted right out of high school. And Kobe was one of the first that I knew about. So when I heard about what happened, I was going to the supermarket. A young man that was working there was talking about how he was on his way to, I believe, one of his daughter's basketball games, or he's going to go coach her team, or whatever the case may be. But when I heard about it, I picked up my phone, I looked, and it said that he was indeed gone. Thought about it all day, how we take life for granted, not knowing that we're going to be given every day. That's why I consistently have an attitude of gratitude. So I want to take a moment to share my condolences for Kobe, and as well as his daughter and his family, as well as the others that were on that helicopter when it went down. It is very, very tragic and heartbreaking, and I hope and pray that his family can deal with the loss. Many of us are feeling it because we know that we followed his career and seen him develop into the person that he is, the man, the father, the businessman, and everything that he's going through. So I just wanted to take a moment to share my condolences about Kobe. Hoping that everything that's going on with his family and all that happened, that they could make it through this very tragic and tumultuous time. Okay, now back to what it is that is going on with me. I'm finding myself feeling different. Well, everyone is familiar with what I do on a regular when it comes down to fasting. Still doing it, haven't stopped it. Again, there are days that I do when I'm doing things with my family, but that very next day, I'm right back on it because it is so impactful and powerful for me to be able to have the energy and to have the health that I have as a result of that. I still, every night, ground. My feet are on a grounding mat while I sleep. I believe it's helping me sleep better. I get the sleep numbers that I get from my device, my Fitbit device, that tells me what type of sleep I've had. Over the weekend, I was able to get 8 hours, and I got a green, which my sleep was good. Still struggling. I mean, I don't know how many of you live in a household or family where the temperature has to change from lower to higher, but there is an optimal temperature. You typically should have your house at about 63 degrees so that the room is not too hot and not too cold, but that's optimal for you to get the best rest that you can receive so that you can sleep through the night and be able to be refreshed when you wake up in the morning. Also listening to my binaural music, 432 hertz. Again, it is somewhere sometimes you tend to fall asleep. And I don't know many of you who try to fall asleep, but you may be sleepy, but you have these things going through your head. It's like, why can't you just let me sleep? And so when you listen to the music is calming. It's at a frequency which helps you think and develop. So when you wake up in the morning again, you're waking up refreshed as well. I'm still drinking my moringa powder. I put it in my smoothies. I get the looks from the children every day. They say, what is that? What do you have? And I tell them what's in it. And, I tell them the fruits that I have in it, the other things like chia and flax meal and all the other things that I have in it that helps not only give me energy and help me deal with any other issues that I may have in regards to it helps with the temperament. I find myself being calmer. It helps with a whole lot of things. Just overall, it has so many vitamins and it makes you feel so good that you just can't help but say, look, I need to have this in my life, not only because of how it makes me feel, but helps you have the maintenance of energy, particularly when you're dealing with the population of children that I deal with every day. But dealing with children, period, you need to be able to have the energy to be able to keep up with them, or else, I don't know how many of you are always, trying to keep up with the children, and because they have the energy levels that they have, it's hard to keep up with them. So, just the things that I'm doing is continuing. I'm continuing to share things that I'm sharing because I want you to be healthy. The issue is not so much of just being healthy, because we always all be healthy. And whenever we get sick, we always should find a remedy, not always run into the pharmacy or to the drugstore to find if they have something to be able to help with what we need, or always run into the doctor and say, oh, doctor, can you please give me something to help me deal with this? But to also get the things that have been given to us from the earth that grows naturally, that we can use, that our body can metabolize naturally and give us the relief that we're looking for. Well, one of the things I think about that we have going on now, I have talking about about 5G and all the other things that's going on. There's now something going around called the coronavirus. Now, your body needs the ability to be able to fight any type of virus because this is that type of season. This is flu season. And so if you are not protecting yourself, not only by doing the things you need to do to keep the energy levels and staying healthy the way you're supposed to, but if you're not getting proper rest, if you're not eating right foods or all those other things, if this virus so happens to come in your presence and you may eventually contact it, you need to be prepared to be able to fight it. And in order to do so, being prepared, being proactive, making sure that you have the type of lifestyle that's going to help you stay healthy when this thing occurs, that you have a fighting chance against this virus doing anything, because your body is built with the ability to be able to fight it, but you need to be able to keep your body in a way to be able to handle these things as they come to you. So, that's all I really have in regards to that. Just giving you an understanding of what it is that I'm doing, which I'm continuing to do. If there's anything that you want to do, some people have reached out to me and wanted to know what it is that I could give them in regards to some of the issues that they've had regarding the gut. They've had surgery on their intestines. Some of them have recovered from cancer and other issues, and I've offered them some things to be able to help them. One of the things, again, that I do every day, your body has these positive ions in you, and they need to get them out. And the way that it helps is through that grounding, to be able to give your body the strength and ability that it needs to be able to heal against a lot of things that your body has to endure for whatever reason, like inflammation. I mean, one of the reasons why we get inflamed, the body is going against itself because it's trying to heal something, but it needs to be dispensed. And I notice now that I put my feet on my grounding mat, when I get up in the morning, I don't hear the kind of the noises that I would hear in my knees crackling or anything. I get right up and I'm refreshed. Had a good night's rest, and I'm good. And so I'm going to continue to share. I'm going to continue to give tips. If there's anything that I can offer you from what it is that I do to help give me the energy, then we can do so. You're going to have to, because you're going to be walking around in this city. You're going to be driving around in this city. Some of you are going to purchase cars that's going to be so heavily inundated with EMF waves and RF waves and MMW waves from this 5G because of the connections you're going to have to those antennas on the outside, because of all of the devices and things that's going to be on the inside, and these waves are going to be going through you. You probably won't be able to feel it unless you have electrosensitivity. If you don't have electrosensitivity, these waves are going through. It's going through you right now. The Wi-Fi that you have in your house, and the cell phone, if your cell phone's on and the cell towers are searching for your cell phone so that to give you the signal that you need at this event that you need to get the updates, or make a phone call, text messages, whatever the case may be, right now. And then as 5G increased, that higher frequency, which is going to be even worse. Again, I've shared in previous videos that they've weaponized this frequency, and if they're weaponizing this frequency to be able to do the things they need to do as far as the military, what do you think they're going to do once they activate 5G and now have it connected to your phone? Your phone is on, things is going on. I've had some disturbing information that I received just yesterday about some of the things that they've done or that they're doing with these type of technology in regards to the waves, and even down to mind control, where they have done things, and there's people who are hearing voices who have been, how can I say, programmed by some of the things as a result of these technologies that's coming in. So just to give you an idea, some of these things are becoming so powerful that you're going to have mind control to be able to determine or have you start hearing things to a point where now you're going to find yourself going after things. And normally, if you were in your right mind and knowing what it is that you're capable of, you would not normally want to go get them. You'll get them and wonder, wait, why do I have this? What would make me do this? And it's because they are programming your mind with these frequencies. They're putting a lot of money in this. They got a lot of things going on. There's an operation right here in my neighborhood where they have been digging in the ground for the past 3-4 months. Don't understand what type of sophisticated pipes do you need to put in a sewer system in one corner that takes 3-5 months to do it. Almost like they're building something underneath the ground to be able to support this 5G network. And of course they're not going to tell us, because if they told us, then we would wonder what is it that you're doing. So, with all that being said, please stay healthy. Consider some healthy choice. Even if you want to continue the same lifestyle, just gradually start eating less meals. Gradually start coming off of eating meat. Eat more plant-based foods. And this way your body can be prepared to be able to handle all of the things that is going to be heavily inundated with these RF and frequencies and EMFs and MMWs that's going to be typically cooking your body. And you're going to feel sick even though you haven't done anything different, and it's going to be a result of things that you cannot see. You're not ingesting it, you're not inhaling it, you can't even see it, but you will feel it. And because they don't have enough studies going on or have enough time with this frequency in place to know what the impact is, that it's going to take some time for you to get to. But why do we want to be reactive? Let's be proactive. Let's prepare ourselves. Get grounded. That grounding will help dispense anything that your body has been impacted with. Get a grounding mat. Amazon sells them. It's earthing mat. That's what it's called, a grounding mat. Whatever you want to call it, put it in Google. It will lead you right to it so that you can protect yourself from this 5G. That's all that I have. It's Energized Coach, giving information on what it is that's going on. I give my condolences to the Bryan family, and hoping that you make healthy choices so you can live long and have a prosperous life. Peace.